What do you think of when you hear the word Christmas? Is it presents and gifts and family bliss, a day of celebration or a day of frustration? Or is your jam the planning and shopping, a day off from the monotony of everyday life and the 8 to 5 strife? What do you think of when you hear the word Christmas? Is it the Bible story of old of a baby and angels and shepherds bold who could not fathom that this night would be different from every night for the rest of their life because the Savior's birth was quite a sight? What do you think of when you hear the word Jesus? Because Mary and Joseph never dreamed they'd be part of this true story, witness the glory of God being birthed in front of them. Jesus, their son, the one who came to save them from their sin. And how do you begin to let it all sink in? What do you think of when you hear the words virgin birth? Because it seems an impossibility unless you see how God intervened and sent an angel to be the mouthpiece of God's great mystery. And Joseph, he was a decent man, but when he heard about Mary, he hadn't planned on taking a wife who was carrying a life inside her. But the angel made him think twice before he cut off his future wife, divorce her, and not pay the price for making the sacrifice of his good name. What do you think of when you hear the word grace? Because Joseph thought a pregnant Mary was a disgrace until he learned this was the Savior, God's Son, the Messiah to come. Not some invention of man, but a miracle and plan to save the world by grace. And Joseph, he could have ran from God's plan, but instead he stayed and he obeyed. And when his son came and the angels sang, then all of creation celebrated when grace showed up that day to save the world, when grace showed up that day to take away our sin, when grace showed up that day. What do you think of when you hear the word Christmas?